Hi, I'm Chef James, and this is Chef James Online. Today we're going to do the watermelon. We're going to take care of watermelon cutting. I get calls all the time from people and emails about how hard it is to cut a watermelon. So today I'm going to split this watermelon up, cut it into a couple different sections, and make it easy for you, hopefully, to serve this the next time you have company. So we're going to start from the bottom up. Right down here I have my cutting board with a cloth. The watermelon, that way we're not going to move around. The watermelon itself has been rinsed. Don't forget, this watermelon has been in the field, all kinds of dirty, nasty things and insects and pesticides. Wash this because you're going to be cutting into it and you're going to be eating what goes from the knife. Now, the only kind of good knife, of course, is a sharp knife, and I'm using my diamond steel because this is going to give it a little bit of an edge. It's not a perfect sharpener, but it's also going to hone it. It's also going to flatten out the blade. Some people will start with a boning knife, but sometimes if it's a very ripe watermelon, it will cause it to crack. It'll split right in half. So I'm going to use a little bit bigger knife. We're going to get right into it by starting with a center cut. I'm holding it steady, center cutting this watermelon, and I'm going right through. If you can see this knife, it's actually almost halfway through the watermelon. I'm going to cut down to the bottom, pick it up and spin it, and then I'm going to finish my cut. It's already starting to split a little bit over here, so I'm holding it. See my hand right here? My hand is holding it tight. So I'm going to get through and get as clean a cut as I possibly can. Now this one is a semi-ripe watermelon. This is an early mid-spring watermelon. So there's a lot of white around the side already. The inside of this fruit, though, I know is very sweet. And here's a couple options. Again, I have a neutral board, so I'm not worried about turning this watermelon down on it. I'm going to split this again by pointing my French knife straight to the center, all the way down. I'm going to go back to the cut so I get the same cut on the other side. I'm going to go right back down into that cut and split it. Let's put this piece aside for just a minute. Now going down, there's a couple different things I can do. There's a little snack for later. A couple things I can do with this. I want to do some finger-sized pieces, so I'm going to keep cutting this down into smaller sections. So I've cut this into 4 sections, and again, see how I'm keeping this all together to make life easy? I have a little bit of the paper left from when I cleaned it up before. The bottom pieces I know are very white, so I'm going to discard them. But I want to have some finger-sized slices. So I'm just going to cut across and drop. And these pieces are going to go on my platter, all around on the sides. As I'm cutting through, I'm careful not to crush the watermelon, and I'm leaving some big pieces for the corners. Let me stand up a couple pieces on the sides. Nice attractive look. And then when I get smaller pieces, I'm going to fill in on the sides with those. Little pieces for the kids to enjoy. And see, fortunately, I was able to put this in without cracking it. Sometimes when your skin cracks, you're not able to get the cuts out of what you want, the pieces looking all attractive, pretty around the sides. I'll leave these off to the side. I'm just going to finish with a couple of these slices right in here. Now I have this other quarter, and I'm going to go to my sharp, because the only kind of good knife is sharp knife, my sharp boning knife, and what I'm going to do is make it nice and simple for myself. And I'm going to cut right in here, the little smiley face, just going to gently cut underneath, just in a saw motion. Never cut towards yourself, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to saw down and get right to the center of the watermelon. I'm going to do the same here. I'm following the same cut. See, I slid my knife right into that cut. I'm just going to follow right around here and remove most of the, the skin, that white part of the watermelon. Make sure that I'm not dealing with it. I loosened it up a little bit, but I'm not taking it out here. I could actually slide this whole piece out. So what I'm going to do now is give it a cross cut in here. I'm working on my salad. This is going to be my little watermelon salad right here. So I'm giving it cross cuts. And then I'm going to go straight down. Look at that. I'm still using this kind of, it's almost like another cutting board. I'm using it right, going straight across. And my knife is actually digging right into the watermelon skin. My final cut is going back across. And look at this. I've created a salad right inside of here. This is really great if you're away on a picnic or something like that, out in the park. And if you want to cut this kind of salad up right there, you don't even need a cutting board for it. And right in the center here, I'm just going to drop my watermelon chunks, and people can either pull the pieces or pull the chunks. And I always love a little color in things like that, and something else to pick up. Again, I rinsed off this orange because you never know what's going to be on top of an orange. Take it off my little piece from the grocery store. And then I'm going to cut this up into chunks, again thirds. Might as well stay consistent. I'm just going to drop them around for a little bit of color all around the side of this platter. And before you know it, you have a really nice platter from a fresh watermelon. It's clean, it's healthy, and you know what? If you do it quick, it's really not taking up a lot of your time. Don't forget to turn into your next tip. Tune in again to Chef James Online to get another tip.